Hey, it's me, Brian, with TeachSelfAwareness.com. Welcome back to another video, daily spiritual tips for your spiritual trip. Yeah, just a bit of self-awareness, principles and practices, strong spiritual guidance, a little bit of information that we can use to take with us throughout the day to just enhance the quality of our relationships, the quality of our interactions with others, and the quality of our own mental and emotional state of being. Let's get started. So, what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about drawing an oracle card, first of all, and an oracle card is like a tarot card, and all it really is a bit of information that we can use to inspire us to consider looking at something in a new way. Now look, we use information, images, and words all day long to interpret stuff, and we want to get good at being able to interpret our environment and use it in a new and refreshing way. That way we are living on the edge of our life, right? We are always in that transformative mode, and we're always seeing how the people in the situations that are around us are really there to help guide us, there to help inspire us, there to help ignite that inner workings of our mind so that we can see and do things in new and wonderful ways. So I'm going to pull an oracle card. We're going to use that for this reading here, and let's see what we got. Oh yeah, transformation. That's what we're talking about. Transformation. So when you take a look at this card, right away you can see how awesome it is to be able to have all these things in our life, be able to just become different if we need them to. So any of this darkness, any of these black things that we've been through, any of our past can really be redeemed and reformed and reshaped and really turned into a bright light, a gift, a blessing, a what, a happiness. So look, we want to remember that there's no case that is too tough for transformation, right? We want to know that there's nobody, no person who is too far gone that they can't just change in the twinkling of an eye and have their whole life be on a different course. I mean, look at me. I am what? I'm a recovered drug addict and a recovered alcoholic. Wow! How can that be, right? And look what happened to me, right? I was down in the dumps. I was always dependent on other people for my happiness. I was dependent on using alcohol and drugs to make myself feel better. I just felt like I maybe didn't fit in. I felt like people didn't understand me. I felt like people didn't care about me. And as a result, I just went ahead and used alcohol and drugs in order to try to change my identity, change the way I felt. Now, when I was drinking and taking drugs, whoa, I felt on top of the world, right? It was magical. It was monumental for me. But the problem with it was that type of a lifestyle is not sustainable. No. See, slowly but surely, I lost everything that I had in my life, right? I lost my jobs, right? They just disappeared because employer doesn't really want you there when you're drinking on the job, right? So I lost my jobs. I lost my car, right? Mainly, I lost the car because I drove it off a little side of a driveway of someone's cliff and went down right into a little ridge and it hit a tree and broke their fence. What? That sucks, right? I lost so many things. I lost all my relationships. People were like, Brian, we are not staying up till 6 a.m. to party. We do not want to spend time with you, right? I was like, what's wrong with you guys? Let's go. So look, you know what I mean? Like I've been through situations where it looked like things are really dark, right? But as a result of my perseverance, my obsession and compulsion in that area, eventually I broke through to the other side where I was completely bankrupt, right? Mentally, spiritually, physically, financially. And at that point, I was willing to go through a transformation, willing to try something different, to look at my life in a new way and to try some new things. And as a result, I was able to, do a whole bunch of stuff. Go back to school in my 30s. That was scary, but who cares? I was up for the challenge. You know, when you're running around doing alcohol and drugs, trusting drug dealers in the middle of the night, it's kind of a real good training ground to take a leap of faith on something. So that experience was transformed for me, and I was able to use that faith, that perseverance, and apply it towards going back to college to do something I really loved, which for me was art. And you know what it turned out to be? A small business based around art and graphic design. Boom, 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 boom. So look at this transformation all coming up and out of some kind of dark past. So no one is too far gone to change and to be reborn and to have a brand new, magical, empowered, beautifully savored experience in this world. So if you feel like you're someone who's too far gone, no way. Let me just let you know that anything is possible. And this transformation card is helping us remember that. It wants to communicate to us with this nice light blue chakra, throat chakra symbol, communicate to us that we can transform all of that negativity into a blessing. Whoa, hey, make sure that you comment below before the end of the video. Let me know some of your transformation experiences. Other people will read them too, and they'll be encouraged and inspired by the strength and the hope that you bring them. Back to the video. So another message we can get from this transformation card is that when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change, right? Because look, just by looking at this card in the way of our past dark spots being transformed, we are able to look at things differently in our present. And by doing that, we kind of get into a new relationship with it, a transforming relationship. And it's that renewal, that transformation that we really want to embody as we move through our day and as we are present and awake and aware in our relationships and at our work and in all the little activities that we do. When we show up present and aware, new transformation occurs. For example, for years I looked at flying as something that I was afraid of, and I'll tell you exactly why. Because every time I got on a plane, in my mind I would look at it as something that was going to crash, like all the time. We'd be in the plane, it would start flying, and all I would think about is how the wings were gonna snap off and we were gonna go down in flames, and I did not want to die that way, right? So whenever my spouse would bring up a trip, even like 6 months before, I would be like shutting right down, being afraid, not wanting to talk about it, not wanting to plan it, because I was deathly afraid of flying. But I was able to look at flying in a new way. And when I did that, when I pondered how it might be different for me, I set myself up for a brand new experience of transformation that allowed me to overcome my fear of flying. In fact, I want to go out and get my pilot's license after I did that. This is great news. So when we change the way we interact with something, when we change the way we define something, when we change the way we look at something, the thing we look at changes for us. I made a video about how I overcame my fear of flying. I put all the details in there. It's not very long. You can watch that after this. If you want to, I'm putting it down in the description so you can see it there. So yeah, when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. They transform. Another message through the card of transformation is, it is never too late for something magical to happen to you, right? Like just before you know it, the way your whole life is going on, you might have a career, you might have certain relationships, but out of nowhere you can start to become aware of new pathways that are opening up, because life is a renewal system, a transformation, a breaking to the increase. It's always looking for ways that it can take us and branch us off into newer, better, renewed states of being, because the universe just wants to express itself and is looking for willing bodies, open-minded people who are wanting to side with it and allow it to bring new iterations of stuff into the world. So for example, for me, 6 months ago, I was going along my life, doing my graphic design and my artistic small business, right? And then I started to sort of get hints and messages that maybe I ought to do some type of a clairvoyant class, psychic reading, intuitive, spiritual guidance class, right? So out of nowhere, that opportunity just popped up, and guess what? I took it. I took that opportunity because I want to live in that transformative new state of awareness so that life is energetic, exciting, renewing, and what feels like being a kid again. So I took that class, and what happened? Whoa, before long I had a bunch of videos doing card readings, gave over 150 practice readings, became approved as a clairvoyant, intuitive, psychic reader on multiple Facebook groups, and boom, 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 here we are, spiritual tips for your spiritual trip. So look how easy things can transform and change on a dime. The bottom line of all of this is we want to make sure we've done the big transformation. And what is that? That is the transformation from our self to our spirit, from our self to our awareness as our identity. We want to wake up spiritually. We want to be spiritually awake, fully self-aware, conscious. We want to reposition our identity from self to awareness. And when we do that, when we are spiritually awake, that's when all the new power begins to flow. That's when all of the opportunities begin to emerge, and we are in that state of awareness where we're able to spot them and feel them and then take actions on them. Boom, boom, boom. So please leave me a comment below. Let me know what some of your transformation experiences are. What have you been through? What have you gotten through the other side on? What's it like? How can I be of more help to you? Let me know in the comments below. Please subscribe to this channel. If you do not have a YouTube account yet, if you came here through a Facebook page, look, just take a moment after the video to sign up. It's free, and then you can find my channel and subscribe to it. That way, if you hit the bell after you subscribe, you'll get videos as they're released, and I'm releasing them every day. That's the plan, at least for now. Share the videos on your Facebook page if you value them. It'll help more people be exposed to spiritual guidance, spiritual messages, and self-awareness, spiritually awake content. Enjoy your day. Enjoy living your life of transformation. Enjoy living on love, living on light, doing the best you can with what you intuitively know in the moment. Enjoy your awareness.